If you have few or no friends, you likely have these 5 rare traits. Dad. Who's your best friend? That's how it starts. 5 words. Your son in the back seat. Saturday morning, driving home from his game. He's 11. He just made a new best friend at school, told you the kid's name 3 times Wednesday. He's not being sweet. He's asking the way kids ask. Direct. You glance at him in the mirror. You haven't answered for 9 seconds. If you have few or no close friends and you've been the one who shows up for everyone else. The one your sister calls when her marriage cracks. The one your boss calls when a deal goes sideways. The one your mother calls when your father can't be reached. If you've been the man everyone leans on and you haven't asked for anything in 11 years, this is for you. This is the psychology of men with few or no friends, but not the version you've heard. You've been told a man your age should have friends by now, that if you don't, something's missing in you. You've half believed it. You're not wrong to wonder. But here's what's actually happening. You're not isolated. You're keeping a door you didn't know you built. Not a wall, those are dramatic. Those make sense. A door. Specific. Operable. With hinges and a handle. And it's been closing for so long, so smoothly, so quietly, that you mistook it for the way you are. It's not the way you are. It's something you've been doing. Which means there's a way it works. And the way it works has a name. There are 3 seasons in the building of that door. 3 lifts of the same beam, stacked one on top of the next. The first was the watch. You were small. You were learning. The second was the disclaim. That's when the door went up. The third is the hold. That's where you are right now. In your car. In your kitchen. In the silence after your kid asked you a question and you couldn't quite answer. You're not lost in the silence. You're holding the door. And you've been doing it so long you've forgotten you have a hand on it. 3 seasons. I'll walk you through each one. Before we look at the first thing that built the door, I want to show you when it started going up. NYU researcher Niobe followed boys through adolescence for years. The deep friendships they described at 13 were almost all denied or gone by 17. You weren't 25 when you stopped needing friends. You were closer to 15. And by the time you noticed, you'd already forgotten what you used to know. The watch is the first season. You were 8, maybe younger. You were sitting at the dinner table reading your father before he spoke. You weren't choosing to. You were a small body in a small kitchen. The room had a temperature. You tracked it because it was easier than getting burned. You watched the door. You watched the hallway. You watched the shoulders of the people who were supposed to keep you safe. And friends, they were just there. They were the kids on your street. You didn't have to build anything yet. The watch wasn't a defect. It was your first job. It was how you became excellent at reading a room before you knew what a room was. Then you turned 15. You were in the locker room. A boy you'd known since you were 9, the kind of best friend you don't talk about anymore, said something to you. Something small. Something you used to say back. You laughed instead. Half a beat too loud. He paused. You both heard it. Neither of you said anything. Then or after. That was the door going up. You didn't decide. You learned in that locker room that the price of becoming a man was pretending you didn't need the person you loved most. So you started pretending. So did he. That was the disclaim. We have to talk about this. About why no one taught you that needing other men was allowed. Why every adult around you, the moment your voice broke, sent the same quiet signal. You don't get this anymore. That was for boys. You're a man now. Hold it together. Not loud. Just here. Just in this room with you. Here's the thing your nervous system did for you. The door it built was a survival strategy. Your 8-year-old body voted for it before you could weigh in, and your 15-year-old self saw what happened when boys broke the rules and got it locked into place. So the door is real. The door is a kindness even. The door is the reason you got this far without breaking. And I'll be honest with you, I have a number too. The number of people I'd call at 3 a.m. if I needed to. I'm 46. The number hasn't moved in 11 years. I'm not telling you to fix it. I'm telling you I know what it weighs. You and I are not in different rooms. The door is not your enemy. The door is just very old. And it is very tired. And then there's the hold. Where you are now. You're at the hardware store. Saturday morning. You turn around in the aisle for outdoor lights, and there's a man you used to know. College, maybe. Or your first job. His face is older. So is yours. You both light up genuinely. Then one of you says, "How's life?" And the other says, "Good. Busy." You? And the first says, "Same. Crazy at work." You both know you're lying. You both know the other one knows. You both know exactly what you'd say if you were 13. And you both know exactly why you can't say it now. You stand there for 40 seconds. You don't ask for his number. He doesn't ask for yours. He says, "Good seeing you, man." You say, "Yeah, you too." That is the hold. That is the door, holding. And neither of you decided. You're both just very, very well trained. 3 seasons. 3 doors went up. The watch when you were 8. The disclaim when you were 15. The hold today, in the aisle, in the back seat with your kid. The door you're keeping wasn't built today, and it wasn't built by you. But here's what matters. Only you can find the handle. The 8-year-old can't reach it. The 15-year-old won't touch it. Only the 40-something man holding his kid's question in his lap can put his hand on that handle. You don't have to throw the door open. You just have to know it's a door. Before you sleep tonight, 3 questions for yourself. 1. Which season are you in right now? The watch, the disclaim, or the hold? 2. What age were you when the door started going up? Don't guess. Sit with it. The answer is more specific than you think. 3. What would happen if you cracked it half an inch this week? Not threw it open. Just half an inch. Just one text. To one person. From 13. 3 seasons. The watch, the disclaim, the hold. Watch, disclaim, or hold. Type one word below. Tell me which season your door went up in. I read every comment. And if you've stayed this long, you know what this kind of door feels like from the inside. Subscribe so the next one finds you.